I'm Toma, and I wasted basically my entire 20s. Made a lot of bad choices, tons of mistakes and regrets. And ultimately, I had to nearly lose everything in my life to finally wake up and change. A few years back, I ended up in prison. And ever since then, I've become a completely different person, and I've been rebuilding my life from the ground up. And I've come a long ways, but let me tell you, it has not been easy. And there are so many things that I wish I could go back and tell my younger self, but I figured maybe if I can share some of my experiences, somebody else out there can benefit from it. And it's not easy putting my story out there, but at the same time, I've decided that I'm done hiding behind it. So here's 3 lessons that I've learned after wasting over a decade of my life. The first thing, let's see. So number 1, the most dangerous lie that I ever told myself was that you'll change eventually, that someday you'll get your shit together. Because we all know that someday, sometime in the distant future, that undetermined moment when all the cards align and you finally decide it's the perfect time to start fixing your life, that will never come. That day will never come. Nothing changes if nothing changes. I spent so many years with this false hope that, eventually I'm going to fix my life, so I'm not even worried about today. The decisions I make today have really no consequences. That mindset is so much more dangerous than making one really bad decision, because oftentimes one really bad decision, it's obvious. You fuck up, you realize immediately, like, that was not good. That was all bad. And you're able to course correct. But making thousands of small decisions that don't really seem like much in the moment, that seem insignificant, that are easy to brush under the rug, they add up and they sneak up on you. And the consequences may seem insignificant in the moment, but before you know it, the time slips away and you're going to wake up and be like, how did my life become such a mess? How did I fucking get here? Like, what went wrong? And at the end of the day, it's because of that lie that you continued telling yourself. Now, lesson number 2 is that confidence is earned. I always thought that confidence is either something that you have or you don't, right? I also believed for a long time that if I got the perfect body, if I made enough money, if I got that girl, then all of a sudden I'd have confidence. But what I learned is that confidence is built through repeated action. As you continuously prove to yourself, not through external validation or feedback from other people, but proving to yourself that you will follow through on the promises that you make. You keep your own word to yourself. That's how you build real confidence, because you are more sure the next time that you are capable. You will get that done, right? You're more likely to take risks, to fail, to learn, and to grow. And as you continue growing as a person, you build more confidence. Now, confidence is also earned through becoming more valuable in the marketplace. That means building skills, having genuine interests, things that make you unique and special as a person. And I wasted so much time simply chasing instant gratification and immediate pleasures, surface level shit, right? Whether it was video games, just wanting to get high or intoxicated, partying, chasing girls, you name it, binging Netflix, whatever, right? There's so many things that consume our attention that I just poured all of the hours that I had into that were meaningless. And what that does is that it made me have no identity. And so when it came time to feel confident in myself, I didn't even know who I was. There was nothing there. There was no depth to me as a person. Now, lesson number 3 is that you need to have some kind of direction in your life. I spent all of that wasted time really just drifting aimlessly. And when you think about it, if you're going to go on a road trip, you have to have a destination in mind, because you got to have an idea of where you're going to get to somewhere that you want to go. And if you just wake up every day with no aim, no goal whatsoever, you don't know where you're going to land. And I'm not saying that you need to have a picture perfect plan, crystal clear, of where you want to be in 5 or 10 years from now. I'm a perfectionist, and I'm also an overthinker. And so when I start trying to set goals, I get overwhelmed by feeling like a goal needs to be perfect and highly detailed. But I made the mistake of pushing off any kind of planning at all. So I would wake up every single morning and just do whatever I felt like doing that day, whatever felt good in the moment or allowed me to escape from the reality of how uncomfortable I felt in my own skin. And when you're so purposeless like that, all you're going to do is spiral downward over time. And the cycle gets worse and worse, because you will become more ashamed of who you are and who you're becoming, which will cause you to then want to self-medicate more to numb those feelings. And you just keep on going downward, farther and farther. Looking back, none of my biggest mistakes came from not knowing enough. They came from waiting to get serious, waiting to get confident, waiting for the perfect moment to start, waiting for the perfect plan. And if there's one thing I wish I would have known in my 20s, it's that your life changes once you stop waiting and you start moving.